Alright, his abilities. His passive is an auto enhancer after you dash or use a dash memory. It'll make his attack bigger and auto crit. It also converts bonus attack speed to AD. His laceration has two forms, one blue, one red. The red one just dashes. It grants you cooldown reduction if you land an attack on it. His blue one gives you invulnerability frames, and you can move around during that time. And you get to either stances by auto attacking. You can see right here, it swaps every time I auto attack. You could cancel it. We ignore that part. His ultimate, it refreshes all your dashes, and it puts you into an enhanced state where you have a bigger auto attack and you shoot out a laser beam. The attack speed per second scales during your ultimate time, so your base attack speed doesn't matter. Neat little tricks. Like I said earlier, his ulti resets his dash. When you want to swap quickly, you can auto attack and then dash, and it'll come out much faster. It's an auto reset mechanic. You can also auto attack and then dash if you want a lot of damage and a reset. So you get two autos off in a dash. I did it wrong. Auto and then dash auto. It cancels it and it creates a second one. There are a couple playstyles you could do. You could upgrade your ultimate, which is the one I go with most. It's a magic damage playstyle. You go to the wells and you upgrade your ultimate and you play around that. This is the one I do the most comfortable. I feel like it's the most safe way to play Shell. You could also do AD, which is the passive. You upgrade the passive and you go for attack speed, and then you have a ton of AD by the time you reach the boss. This one's very skilled. You need to be able to control Shell really well to play this playstyle, but I feel like it is the strongest one. And then there's the laceration, the easiest one. You also play AD in this playstyle, attack damage, but you play for the cooldown of laceration, and you sort of just hit them with the skill, and you play for the cooldown of the skill being 0. And since your laceration triggers attack effects, anything on hit will trigger. Obsidian is amazing with this. Momentum is okay, and the critical hit one is Fang, pretty good too. Oh yeah. Alright, skill tree. Important things, non-important things. Controlled Madness, I feel like this is a must-have, no questions asked. It lets you use other abilities, and it changes it into a 14-second cooldown. There's nothing bad about this. This is amazing. It reduces your attack damage and energy damage, but I feel like the benefits outweigh the costs. Frenzied Blade Dance. 400% AP ratios is 4 times. if that's not obvious. I don't think 50% more attacks is worth it, but I haven't tried it too much, so it might be good. Annihilation Stance. This one looked bad to me on paper, and then I tried it. It increases it by 0.2 per enemy hit. So if you hit 10 enemies at a time, which is rare, but sometimes it happens, what's more likely is 3 or 4, you increase it by 0.6, along with a lot of auto resets, and you could have a really high uptime on your ultimate. I like it. Very good. Rapid Draw. I don't like this one too much because it removes blue forms of vulnerability, which I feel like that's what it's best at. But if you're doing an AoE build or something, maybe you could try it, and it's good. Precise Strike. I don't feel like this is important. If it hits one target, it reduces his cooldown. This is both red and blue form. It's good for bossing. I don't think you need it though. It's good in my opinion. Flow of energy, I feel like this one is another must-have. Once you cast red form, you get your dash back. Very good for combos, auto resets. And overall, very, very good. I take it all the time. Up to you. For imaginary tree, you could do whatever you want, but most of the time I take bounty and one-eyed doll. They work very well together. If you don't know what a platinum coin does, it lets you refresh the shop, and this works on mini bosses too. So these have really good synergy, as you'll see in a bit. If for this one, a lot of people don't like it. I've heard bad things about it, but me personally, if you fail the 50-50, you just leave the shop and go to the next one. You have more money for the next shop, and it's 70% off, so you're buying it for 30%. Like, if you succeed, you just shop. If you don't, you leave. I think it's a good trade all in all. And then I get additional items. And also the other shop reset. I've heard that this one is just better than this one, which I could agree, but why not just take both? Like, I think they have good synergy together. Alright, life tree. This one's most important. Like, everything is good here because he dies a lot. Shell has 0 survivability. Life is super important. I think anything from this tree would be good, except for emergency repair kit. Let's go through his own first, and then we can talk about the general tree later. Regenerate. Oh wait. You just said his skill. Alright. When you kill an enemy, you reset flash steps cooldown. His dashes are his primary source of like survivability, so I just run all 3 dash changes. This one makes it so you refund 25% of your dodge when you do something, when you kill an enemy or hit a boss. Really, really good. You want your dashes back. Flash step increases by 1, and if you have no charges, it restores 70% of the flash CD. This is great for mob clearing. I take it every single time. Works very well with this one. 95% cooldown reduction if you have no dashes and you kill a mob. Really good. This one increases the cooldown by 1 second, but it increases its maximum charges by 1 second. And its travel distance. I don't like the travel distance that much, so I only upgrade it once. But if you like the travel distance, you can upgrade it all 3 times and keep it in there. Onto his general trees. This one, maximum health, I used a lot when I was getting used to him. Very good early game. Now I don't really use it because I think I'm at a point where I don't need to. Shrine of Guidance, amazing. Unconditional love. This is like your only source of consistent healing. You could see on the map where the shrines are. It's great for healing. And you get it before the boss fight and after the boss fight. Second wind, this is just better than emergency repair kit. Just take this if you want to take emergency repair kit. You could also take both, but 15% max health reduction is pretty bad in my opinion. Cause it, yeah, it's just, I just don't like it. The health potions one, you could get. I don't really use it, so I wouldn't know. I don't like the RNG aspect of a potion dropping. I'd rather have the consistent shrines where I know they'll be placed. Armor is good in this game. It's a complex topic, so I won't get too much into it. But early armor is better than late armor. Like, if you have 300 armor, it's not as valuable as 100 armor. Max HP every time you level up, very good. This elemental resistance, I've never really tried it, but I try not to get hit anyway, so I don't use it. Regenerative Skin. This offsets one of your passives in the red tree. This is good if you want to put it into. Cold Affinity. Damage taken reduced. I don't know like consistent applications of chill, but maybe there's a cold build around this and I just don't know about it. Dodge, cooldown. I would take threat detection over instinctive movement because I don't want to be below 50% HP, but if you're often below 50% HP, then I guess it's better. I took threat detection a lot before, but now I'm kind of getting used to dodges without threat detection. I replaced it with gunpowder propelled leap. Okay, destruction skill tree. Crit damage is very important because he always crits, and it's a lot bigger of a multiplier than 10 AD. It scales better late game, and it's decent early game. Once you get more AD from other sources, it just becomes like obsolete. Like you get predation or other things, but it's very hard to get crit damage in this game. I've only seen crit rate actually, so I don't know about crit damage. I just take crit damage because it seems like a rare stat and it scales really well. Alright, Soul Oil. Your basic attacks deals dark damage. You lose max HP and your attack speed increases. Attack speed turns to 80. I feel like the max HP reduction isn't bad for your basic attacks to deal dark damage. There's a lot of synergies with this. And with dark damage, for bosses, is very good. Because you could stack up the dark damage, or you could stack up dark stacks on them and have a damage amp type of rune. This is like 5%, 25% extra damage against a boss basically, after you hit 5 auto attacks. Because of how dark element works. Every time you hit them, you put a stack on them, and your attacks afterwards that deal dark damage deal 5% more damage. This changes all your attacks to deal dark damage. So it's really good all around. Soul Acceleration, I've been starting to think this is not as good. I use it still though. Reduces the cooldown of dash and teleport memory. The red form is a dash, the blue form, it doesn't help. And it also works on all other memories. But most of the time I don't see myself noticing the cooldown reduction. So I think this one could be replaced. It's good, I wouldn't say it's great. Crit damage, like I said, is great, it's amazing. I always take crit damage. 54% crit damage with these two runes. There's no other source of crit damage in this game. So I think it's amazing. Life Neglect. Reduce healing by 30%. This is the one I said Regenerative Skin offsets a little bit. Reduce healing by 30%, but whenever you crit, it deals 30% of the damage. Over 2 seconds. This is good for things you don't one-shot. A little bit of the tankier mobs in the early game. And for bosses. This one doesn't do too much for things you already one-shot, but since you already have so much one-shot potential, I think a little bit of extra damage on percent extra unconditional damage is better than any other rune that you could get from here. Like Merciless, horrible. You never want them to be below 35% HP. Maybe good in bosses, but if they're below 35%, you can just finish them off without this, and you're only getting uptime when they're below 35%, when you could get like full uptime for 30% of the damage. I don't know, this one's just better. Over 2 seconds, but you get 100% uptime. Any flat scaling I don't really like, because there's other ways of getting AD. Crimson Flame, you don't really use burn. That's feels specific to each run. Attack speed is okay. Critical Strike is good. You can over crit in this game, but it's too low of crit, so I don't run it. Valiant Challenger is an amazing one. Just increases all your damage to bosses. Ultimate Malice, you don't really have an ultimate charge after you swap it. No need for that one. Flat AP or AD I don't really take. Daylight, you do dark damage. Gathering Storm is horrible. Burning Bloodlust. Flat, I don't take. Corrupted Mind, I think this one's good for bosses and other things. Just like the Soul Oil. This increases the stack, so you get like 45 instead of 40 instead of 25% damage bonus at max stacks, right? Yeah. Elementalist, you don't really deal all 4 elements. And Powerful Blow, amazing. I like that one. All right, that's it. I could chop up a lot right there, like 13 minutes. You didn't know you'd be waffling for that long.